Paul Holle. Paul Holle was a mixed-race French soldier and writer, best known for his staunch defense of Fort-Médine against the besieging Toucouleur army of Hadj Omar Tall between April and July 1857. Early life. Paul Holle was born in 1807 in St. Louis to a French merchant and a local Signaire woman. Little is known about Holle's early life. At some point during his youth he worked for Baron Jacques Francois Roger. Holle later joined the French army and became commander of the frontier post of Bakel in 1840, before being appointed to the command of the newly built Fort-Médine in 1855. In late 1855, Holle co-wrote with Frederick Carrer, the head of St. Louis Department of Justice, a book titled De la Sénégambie Francaise, in which they exposed their opinion on what the future of the colony should be. Siege of Fort-Médine. In April 1857, the Toucouleur army of Omar Tall, about 20,000 warriors, laid siege to Fort-Médine, where Paul Holle was stationed. The garrison under Holle's command consisted in 7 white French soldiers, 22 Senegalese. On April 20, the Toucouleur launched their first assault on the fort. Using ladders made from palm tree branch, Toucouleur warriors attempted to climb the wall, under devastating rifle and cannon fire from the defenders. French firepower proved too strong, however, and the Toucouleur eventually withdrew from the walls, leaving 300 dead behind. The French had lost 6 killed and 13 wounded in the attack. In the night of 11 May, some 200 Toucouleur warriors landed on a small island on the river, about 100 meters from the fort, where large rocks gave them a well-covered position to fire on the fort while being protected from French fire. On the morning, Holle sent Sergeant Desplatz with 8 tirailleurs and 3 sailors in a summarily fortified boat to attack the Toucouleur party from behind. The surprised Toucouleur warriors left their cover in panic, and half of them were killed by the fort's defenders' heavy fire, while many others drowned while hastily fleeing from the island. In the night of 4-5 June, the Toucouleur army attempted a second assault on the fort, but it was less resolute than the first one and was easily repulsed by the French. However, French ammunitions and food reserves were dramatically running low. Despite the bad situation, Holle's resolve remained unwavering. On the gate of the fort, he hooked a sign on which was written "To win or to die, for God and the Emperor." On the morning of 18 June, Governor Louis Faidherbe arrived to Medin on the sloop Basilic, alongside 400 tirailleurs and 100 white troops. Upon landing, Faidherbe's men launched a bayonet charge on a small hill held by some Toucouleur warriors, and from there unleashed a heavy fire on the main Toucouleur force below. As the Toucouleurs fled alongside the river toward the fort, men who had remained on the Basilic subjected them to an intense gunfire. The Toucouleur army then disbanded and left the area of Medin in a disorganized retreat. For his heroic and stubborn defense of Fort-Médine, Holle was awarded the Legion of Honor through a decree signed by Emperor Napoleon Roman III's own hand. Later life and death. After the siege of Medin, Holle was briefly put in charge of the fort of Medin, before being once again put in command of Medin, where he died of natural causes on 27 March 1862. He is buried in the local cemetery. Legacy. After Paul Holle's death, Governor Faidherbe erected a memorial in Medin with a commemorative plaque reading, "Paul Holle, born in St. Louis, commander of Medin, covered himself with glory while defending his post against El Hadj Omar." Several streets in various cities of colonial French West Africa were named after Paul Holle.